Hello, and welcome to the Olin Family Society Help Wanted video. The Olin Family Society, or OFS, is run by its council, but the council alone cannot do everything we'd like to do. To achieve things that we'd all like, we need some help from our members. In this presentation, we'll talk about OFS goals, some of the projects we have planned, and some types of tasks with which you might be able to help us. Our bylaws, which you can find on our website, include a list of goals for the organization. These are broadly defined objectives on which the OFS was founded. Among them are researching Olin family history, promoting and supporting local reunions, encouraging and strengthening family connections, recording and maintaining family histories and records, and developing ways to do all of these things. What our bylaws spell out and what we as the Council want to achieve can be grouped into a few major themes. First, we must protect our legacy. We want to ensure that the Olin Family Society outlasts all of us. This is a common problem for organizations like ours. Since its beginning, the OFS has been maintained by a small handful of individuals. Our leadership will not live forever. If what the OFS has accomplished to date is not to succumb to the dustbin of history, we need to make sure that others are prepared to pick up the reins in the future. Getting more people involved in our operations is the first and most important step in doing that. Second, while we know a lot about the descendants of John Olin and Susanna Spencer, we don't know anything about John's forebears. This is our holy grail. We might never find it, but we also will never stop looking. Third, most of what we do collectively is to identify John's descendants. Although we've collected a lot of data, there's still much to be discovered, and our knowledge will never be complete. Current and future generations will make sure of that. Finally, we need to document as much as we can. This includes not just genealogical data, but also family histories, stories, traditions, recipes, achievements, photos, audio recordings, you name it. Short of reincarnation, these are the best we can do to preserve the Olin family legacy. In terms of ensuring the long-term health and well-being of the OFS itself, the Council has been working on a couple organizational initiatives. The biggest one would be looking at incorporating the organization. One immediate benefit of this would be that we could apply for tax-exempt status, which would make donations potentially deductible and save us sales tax on any purchases. As important, incorporation would help us preserve and protect tangible assets, such as family Bibles, memorabilia, and other artifacts. Another possible benefit is that it would enforce a level of organizational structure that might help sustain the OFS in the future as current officers fade out of the picture. Short of that, incorporation might provide a more controlled path to dissolving the organization. We hope it doesn't come to that. Another project currently underway is the development of a privacy policy that would govern both our website and our collection and use of genealogical data. This is important for assuring our members that we will protect and safeguard their information, photos, and other data, whether collected as vital statistics or documented on our website. During February's Roots Tech conference, Tom came across an advertisement from a professional genealogist. His first thought was that maybe a pro could solve our John mystery in short order. That would be a worthwhile investment. His second thought was that the OFS already has many experienced amateur genealogists. What if we put them all in one room to pool their resources and know-how, and see what they could come up with? So was born our Origin project. This reunion has kept us from announcing it before now, but it will be a major focus in the coming months. If you or any cousins you know have genealogical research experience and might be interested in joining this effort, please let us know. Another idea that has been kicking around for a long time, here we'll give credit to our historian Jeffrey Olin, is to assign assistant genealogists to specific branches. The database currently holds over 25,000 descendants, including spouses, of John and Susanna. It is missing many large chunks of the tree. It contains errors, whether from the inputting process or collected from various sources. And people keep growing up, marrying, having more babies, divorcing, remarrying, dying. So even if we had a complete record of a particular branch 20 years ago, it almost certainly is no longer complete or accurate. If we can find individuals who are willing to take responsibility for some portion of the tree, then they can help us maintain current records and possibly fill in some gaps and correct some errors. DNA advances are revolutionizing genealogical research, and we've tried to promote more of it. It can be used to answer lineage questions. It might even help us resolve our John origin riddle. We want to continue encouraging our members to take DNA tests and contribute to this form of documentation of our family. We have already launched a DNA project to collect and analyze members' results, and we're looking for volunteers with an understanding of DNA analysis to help us organize and manage it. Recording our history is one of our primary goals. That will never change, and the task will never be complete, unless the world ends, but we're not counting on that. The Olin family is well documented. George Nye and Chauncey Olin wrote 2 major histories back in the 1890s. Warren Olin published his 2-volume set in the 1990s. And there have been many other smaller books and articles written on our family over the years. One thing most of them have in common is that they contain errors, some more than others. The OFS has created what we call the Errata Project. Its goal is to identify and document the errors in these publications so that future readers can assert what's accurate and what's not. The result will be a searchable database on our website listing errors and their corrections. It should be obvious to listeners that this will be a major undertaking, and we will want lots of help. Many hands make less and more accurate work. If we assume that the Errata Project can be completed to some reasonable extent, at least with respect to individual books, then we can progress to another proposed initiative, that is, the publication of updated versions of some of these books. Modern technology makes it much easier to publish books, so the hardest part of this will be assembling and formatting the output of the Errata Project. Here are some other actual or possible projects. We already have a project started by Mike Fish to document Olins who have served in the military. We're looking for someone to continue that work. There have been many Olin cousins who have served in government. These should be noted and documented. Many Olins have started noteworthy businesses. Some we know well, others not at all. Historian Jeffrey Olin has already documented many Olin place names and landmarks, but there are more yet to be discovered. There are many other possibilities. Use your imagination. You can help contribute to what we know about the Olin family. So what kind of help can we use? All sorts. It will vary from day to day, but if we can figure out a way to break off a small task, it frees up more of our time for other things. Are you good at researching things on the internet? Then we'd like to know. We'll have an example of that in a moment. Are you a software person? Tom personally spends a lot of time managing the OFS website. While he enjoys it, it eats into time he could be doing other things. If you know software in general, you might be able to help. Are you a good typist? We occasionally get handwritten documents that we'd like to transcribe. Let us know. If you like both genealogy and writing, put them together and write some articles for our website. There are many stories to be written about our ancestors and cousins. See your byline on the web. We don't see an immediate need for plumbing skills at the OFS, but general office and computer needs could easily pop up. Let us know if you are willing to help. Here's one example of a task that could be performed right now. The genealogy database can store images of people as shown in this graphic. As it happens, both the George Nye and Chauncey Olin books have images of some of the people documented in those volumes. Both books are available in soft copy, so it would be easy to go through each and extract the available images. Then Tom could quickly add them to the database for all to see. This wouldn't be hard to do, it just takes time. Here's another example. For fundraising purposes, the OFS would like to establish an online store for t-shirts, coffee mugs, and other branded merchandise. There are multiple websites that provide this service. Pictured is one such site. We need someone to do a web search to identify possible candidates. We'd like to know things like how their services work, what types of merchandise they offer, what their fees are, how we get paid, etc. This is just one example of the type of internet research we might need from time to time. Does this sound like a good time? Let us know. The title of this presentation is Help Wanted, but it really should be Help Needed. We simply cannot do all of the things we would like to do without a lot more help. The OFS is not a full-time job, and we all have other things to do in life besides this one thing we love. If you are willing to share some of your time with us, let us know and we'll see if we can find something for you to do. It might be today, or it might be a few months from now. That all depends on the tasks at hand and your skill sets. Perhaps we can maintain a list of volunteers who are available when a new need arises. We'll figure out something, but we will need more hands on deck if we are to do all the things that we'd like to achieve. We hope you'll join us. Thank you for watching our video, and we hope you will contact us in the near future